Hey YouTube family, today I want to talk about if you think that you might be the narcissist. Yes, many of us have thought this, and that's why I want to talk about it. There are so many times that, not times, but there are so many people who have come out of a relationship with a narcissist thinking that there is something tragically wrong with them, right? With ourselves. There's something tragically off and terrible, and we feel horrid, and we look in the mirror and we think, oh my gosh, am I the narcissist? What is wrong with me? How did this disaster occur? How could this relationship blow up the way it did or end the way it did? And what did I do in this relationship that made it so horrible? And I want to let you know, if you're asking that, you are probably not the narcissist. That's the good news. The bad news is that there is something, though, that you need to change. There is something that's getting your attention and making you wonder if you're the narcissist. And you need to examine that. You need to take the time to think about, well, why do I think I'm the narcissist? Now, that there's a lot of reasons. There are a lot of reasons why you might think that you're the narcissist. That's because you probably picked up a lot of the characteristics of the narcissist, especially if you were raised by one. The characteristics of a narcissist will start to reflect on you, will start to mimic. You'll start to mimic their characteristics because you learn from the narcissist how to behave, how to react, how to respond to different situations, because they have put you through the ringer. They have put you through trial again and again and put you through the stresses that they do. They will lie and cheat and steal and demolish and criticize and injure you. They'll attack your character. And in doing all of this, they will pull out of you the terrible reactions that they have learned to use to cope. So they put you in this type of situation over and over again until you start reacting the same way they do. And I'm not sure that it's intentional, but you start to become like the people you hang around. You start to behave the same way they do. If they're critical, you become critical. If they're mean, you tend to become mean. If they are they have very low moral standards, you start to lower your standards. So that's why when you come out of a relationship with a narcissist, a lot of times you'll look at yourself and go, oh my gosh, am I the narcissist? So here's the deal, though. There is good news. You do become like the people you're around. You do take on the similarities of a narcissist. You may even start looking like the narcissist, sounding like the narcissist. Words that, I'm sorry, so this is not the good news, okay? I'm getting to the good news real soon. This is the bad news. The bad news is you start sounding like them, looking like them. You start even using their words and terminology and criticisms, and you're like, oh my gosh, I've become the narcissist. But here's the good news. You can change. You can actually introspect. You can examine yourself. You can decide that this is not who I want to be. This is not who I want to look like. I don't want to resemble the narcissist. And if you're able to do that, then you're not the narcissist. You're not. And especially if you don't want to be like that. If there's this feeling inside of you that makes you want to shed that skin, to get away from that kind of character. Part of it is that you feel like you don't know where you begin and where the narcissist ends. You've taken on so much of their character that you can't tell who you are anymore. You've become so much like them that you can't separate yourself from the narcissist and their characteristics. You've started lying to cover yourself in order not to have the narcissist get mad at you. You started becoming deceitful. You start hiding things. So you're like, oh my gosh, this isn't who you have to be, though. You don't have to be like that. You had to be like that with the narcissist, and you became like the narcissist when you were with them in order to survive. But you don't have to stay there. So coming out of the relationship, if you're afraid that you might be the narcissist, you need to take a hard look at yourself. You need to take a look at who you had become, or who you have become, who you had been before you came into the relationship. I mean, if you need to write this down, write it down, because you're going to need some clarity. You're going to need to be able to separate the good and the bad. You want to go back to doing the good and being the good that you were before entering the relationship with the narcissist. But you also want to build on that. You want to build all this goodness, right? And then you want to address the bad that you took on, the bad characteristics, and you want to change that. And some of those characteristics may have become habits, bad habits. So take some time, be by yourself for a while, and introspect. Have some time for peace and quiet where you can sit down and write out a list of things about yourself you don't like. And I know that's going to be hard to do, but it's going to be so freeing to do that. Write out a list about yourself. Now, don't make up crap like I'm a liar, I'm a horrible person, I'm a hateful person. But say like, I don't like it when I am being hateful. I don't like it when I'm being critical. I've become very negative. Write those things down. And then, maybe write down words that you will contradict it, like go against it. So instead of being negative, I'm going to choose to be positive. I'm going to choose to not lie or deceive or hide things. I can be open and truthful. So do that. You can choose. You can choose which you want to be. You can decide if you're going to go back to the way the narcissist had trained you to become, or you can become a better person and put away all the terrible things that they had taught you to become. They probably also had taught you to smear people, to talk badly about people, because that's what they do. And they get a lot of joy and entertainment out of it. So you probably have, included or jumped in with them when they were smearing people. So if you don't like that about yourself, write it. I will not smear people anymore. I'm not going to look for the worst in people anymore. I'm going to look for the best in people. You can decide that. So here's the really great news. You're not the narcissist. You are human. You tend to form towards those who you surround yourself with. So surround yourself with happy people, positive people, good people, solid people. People who are motivated. People, if you want to be motivated in life, be around those who are motivated. If you want to be stuck in a pit of despair, then stick around with people who complain all the time. So don't do that, right? That's what I'm really getting at. I'm trying to use the backwards, or what do you call it? Reverse psychology there. Don't hang out with people you don't want to become like, right? Hang out with people you want to become like. So make this list of things you want to be like. If you want to be positive, happy, successful, you want to be motivated, you want to have joy in your life, you want to see the good in people, you want to be loving, be around people like that. And that's how you know you're not the narcissist. Because you guys, the good news is you get to choose who you want to be around. And you do though become like the people you're around. Unfortunately, with a narcissist, they don't become like the people they're around. They change the people who are around them. They change people to become more like them instead of becoming more like the good in the people they're around. So even though you might have been a fantastic person, strong, high morals and with integrity, and you come in with joy and you have direction in your life and you're motivated in your career, they may suck all of that out of you and replace it with their negativity, replace it with their criticalness and their abusiveness and their lies and their gossip. Don't become like that. You get to choose. So YouTube family and podcast family, I am so glad to tell you, you are not the narcissist. But if you think that you might be, that just means that you have some work to do. That's all. And you can do it. Don't shame yourself. Don't be down on yourself for what you had become. Just move forward. Take one step forward at a time. And keep doing that until you gain back the person you want to be. And here's an even better news. You get to become an even better person than you ever thought you were before. So now that you know how bad things can be and how ugly things can look the way the narcissist is, now you know how to get away from that. Now you know the red flags that get you there. Now you know what it looks like, those negative things. And you can turn away from that and become the person you were meant to be. So God bless you guys. I hope that this has helped. And if it has, please subscribe, please like, please share, and comment down below. Also, if you would like the video, that kind of helps the YouTube to increase the viewership, or I don't know, advertise this video out there. And I just think more people need to hear this. So I'm wishing you hope, joy, wholeness, and health. Blessings, everybody, and I will see you soon.